Good afternoon, Floss Tube. Thanks for joining me. I'm Lisa from the Shady Tree Stitches, and this is our channel about cross stitching, where you get to catch up with me pretty much every week and Jenny about once a month to talk about our cross stitching hobby. So thank you for taking the time to join me today. I do appreciate it, and I particularly appreciate people who keep coming back. So thank you. I've got a lot to show you this week. It's been a big stitchy week, not so big in numbers like last week, but big in the number of projects. And that's because the No New Starts 2021 WIP Riff-Off is happening, and I fully supported it, and I actually have got to piece number 25 in the WIP Riff-Off with 5 bonus items. So I'd really like to thank Natalie from Knitting Nat Stitches for coming up with the event and running that one, and I've thoroughly enjoyed participating in it. So that has really directed my stitching this week, and it's meant I've done, since I saw you, I can't remember exactly what time I filmed the last one with Jenny, but I think I've done 3,527 stitches this week so far, and the day's not over yet. It's currently about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and on a beautiful autumn day here in Australia. So I am looking forward to getting some more stitching done this evening. All right, so first of all though, not in order, but because I always start with this, I have another finish, yay! That's 3 finishes in 2 weeks. Not a big finish, but I finished spring from my Lizzie Kate Seasons Smalls. You can see it's sitting there with summer. So I just finished spring and summer in the last week. So that's really cool. And a bit more of them a bit later. But it was really good to get another finish. So now I've moved on to another small piece that's close to finishing for my daily 30. And we'll work on that until it is done. All right, so when I last saw you, I was working on spring. And spring led, that's got me interested thinking. I'm not sure how now, but anyway, it led me to the 12 days of Christmas. Oh no, spring was my daily, that's why it doesn't link. 12 days of Christmas. Now, my 12 days of Christmas is this beautiful Design Works chart. And I linked it because the ladies up the top have got red dresses with green trim, and Miss Christmas Eve, which is where I was last time I spoke to you, had a green dress with red trim. So I linked to the 12 days of Christmas, and I actually got 506 stitches done on this one. 506 stitches, which is quite a lot, and I actually am starting to see progress. Almost making me want to work on it again. So I worked all the way down there. I can't quite see. Fold it back this way. Now we should be right to see. All down in that corner, the blues, the greens and the reds in that bottom corner. And that's for the drummers drumming. So I'm really happy with how that's looking. This one is on a piece of Sew It All opalescent in an even weave. From the looks of it, I'd say a 28 count even weave because it's quite large. And you can see that I've got, starting to get quite a bit done. I've done the whole framework pretty much, a little bit to fill in down this side. So next time I need some quick stitches, I'll remember I've got border to do here. And then it's just a matter of filling them in. And those guys, the swans are finished totally. The ladies are waiting for their words. So there's a lot still to be done on the 12 days of Christmas, but that's okay. So I did, as I said, 506 stitches on that, which was quite a good thing to do. That then linked to my Joyeux Noel, which looks like this. Now my Joyeux Noel, I worked on just 302 stitches, and that got me down here where it's this part here. So I got the Silver Star finished, a bit more of the reds, the berries, and then I started on this second red angel at the top. So it's going well. It's on a piece that I specifically dyed for it. Paddy Lane Designs, that's green and red to be Christmassy. And I'm doing it 1 strand of silk over 2 on a 32 count. So that's where my Joyo Now is up to. And it was really nice to get back onto that one. As I said, I had a very Christmassy week. Christmas links to winter. Winter. Buy the Cricut collection because in the Northern Hemisphere, Christmas is in winter. And for my Cricut collection, I actually worked on the snowman and the snowflake. And this one I'm using a thread of the B5200 and a silver, just a silver sort of Gutermann sulky thread to get a bit of sparkle. Can't really see it, but it is there. So that's what I got done for that. And my winter was only 215 stitches. So 215 stitches to get a little snowman happening with my winter. Now he was a snowman, remember? So snowman linked to other snowmen. There are snowmen in my Christmas house trio. See, there's my snowman down there in the little red house. And that's actually where I went to. I actually did 666 stitches on this particular number for one of the potions in the Dynasty of Dragons. So it's meant to be that horrible number for a reason. So my 666 got me, I went across to the border and up and down, and then across and then to the red for the house. And I had to do 200 stitches in red for Crystal Academy. So there's my 200 in red for that. And I'm really happy that I chose to do this on the bright yellow. It's a very unusual thing to do for Christmas, but I liked it. So that's how my Christmas house trio is going. That then linked to, no, it didn't link, I just did spring. But then that linked somehow to the seaside cottage. And I honestly cannot remember how. Seaside cottage, oh, that's not a good way to see it. Let's try this. Looks like that now. Been doing quite a bit of work on it. I did 516 stitches on it for a couple of prompts, and now it's become my daily 30 for this week to get it finished, because all I have to do is, see those 3 flowers? They are along the bottom as well, and I just need to do the beaks in a couple of birds, and that one will be done. And I think I'm going to put this up at Shady Trees. It's a good spot for a beach house to be. That then linked to my Big Red Ship of Life. So the Big Red Ship of Life, oh, you guys remember what it looks like. Well, here's where I'm up to on him. And my Big Red Ship of Life, I worked on the brown because I had to do brown for a chocolate prompt for daily 30. So that's actually the whole hull of the ship now. And then I came across I had to do pink, so I did one of the people in pink, which is just over 200 stitches. So 473 stitches there for my Big Red Ship of Life, and it's now decreed that all people will be pink, because originally I was planning that, you know, the ship will be brown, the sails will be red, and then I was going to make different things in colours so that it makes it interesting across the big picture. So it's now decided that the people are pink. So that's my Big Red Ship of Life, which then linked across to my Amazing Animal Kingdom, which is one of my zombie runs. And my Amazing Animal Kingdom, I was actually working on the elephant up here, because the elephant, it was a bonus for the WIP Frenzy. So I filled in a lot in those elephants there, quite browns in the elephants, but you know, it's really starting to get somewhere, and I'm very inspired to keep working on this. Someone just finished it the other day. One of my friends showed me, and it's like, oh yes, I need to do some more. And it only took that person 2 years and 10 months to do, and that was a supersized. So this one's not supersized, it's just max color. So, you know, maybe I can get it done sooner rather than later. 431 stitches in that. I completed my zombie run, a couple of other prompts. That one then linked to Stitching Time, which I'm not going to bother showing you because it's just black, but I did another 207 stitches in black coming down, which linked to my Once Upon a Fairy Tale, which I will show you even though it's in black, just that little black bit down the bottom. So I'm doing a bit of a scaffolding colour complete for this one now. All that shelf above, not whole shelf, but just that section is all done, if you recall, if you've been before. Now that then linked from one fairy tale to a next. Fairy tale is Hansel and Gretel with a gingerbread, because I had a prompt to work on something that had to be assembled, and this gingerbread sewing kit has to be assembled. So I did some work on that, and I did 232 stitches on it to make it increase down there, just all in different whites. I was going to use this for my prompt with less than 10 colours, but you wouldn't believe it has 12 colours in it. So there we go. That roof panel. So you stitch all the bits separately and then you merge them together, which is going to be exciting. That then linked with the gingerbread to Gingerbread Village by Doreen Jones. Picture looks like this. And I got just a little bit. I thoroughly was enjoying this. Such an easy little stitch. Thoroughly enjoying it. I was really disappointed that I had to put it away, but I had more to do. So 232 stitches on my little gingerbread house there. And then that then linked, because it's a house, to my Fairy Tale Village by Abrus Arts, which I worked on for 416 stitches. So it's starting to look like something now. I worked on all this part over here. So moving that little cottage out. So this now is one of my zombie runs, so you'll see me working on it a lot. And definitely can only do just finishing area, colour completion, but the pattern on this is so bad. They only use about 20 symbols and they're in 4 colours, and I cannot see the black and the blue difference. So I ended up taking a photo on my phone and then playing around with the colour saturation and the brightness and stuff to try and get it so that I can actually see the difference. I was not very pleased with that. Now, somewhere along there, or did I do that last week? No, I didn't like that. Okay, so that is where I'm up to. And then my final link, which you'll see next video, because I've only just started stitching on it, is to my other zombie run, which is my alphabet sampler. Sorry. Afternoon's filming again. So to get from Fairy Tale Village to my alphabet sampler was simply that there are flowers in both. So, and then that gets me my 4 compulsory for the zombie run done for April. And then I can work on whichever one I want to do for the extra 3 bits, and then start a second round, because I think that's basically all I've got left to do. The daily 30 baskets, spring baskets, was awesome. It was so quick and easy, knocked them all off. Magical have put out their monsters, so I could start making monsters if I want, but I'm doing small things at the moment, so it's all the small stitches. But next week I think I want to try and focus on just a few pieces a bit bigger, and we'll see what next week brings for us, and more about the plans in the homework video tomorrow, so I will think about them for them. So that, people, is my stitching. Now I do have a little bit of haul, just a little bit I want to show you. I got some more, but I don't want to share it. I got my latest Silks for You, which is the March Silks of the Month. Look at those gorgeous colours. They just all merge into each other so beautifully. So we've got 5 gorgeous colours there that are specially dyed. Lovely. And I'm really enjoying starting to use these Silks for You in many different projects. And kudos to the girls for, having an Australian company that's so fantastic. So they're my Silks for You. And the other thing is that Natalie and I signed up to the Cruel Goblins Schoolgirl Sampler Schoolgirl Sewing Club, which is a, I don't know how many, but there'll be 4 different samples. You can see it comes all in a beautiful box, and you can see here it's telling us it's box number 1. And it's really cool. Each second month we get a box which has got a reproduction cart. This one's Margaret Bowden, 1802. We've got a piece of, just stick it out and show you, it's all beautifully wrapped. So we have the pattern for the Margaret Bowden. So that's the original. And you can see on this little card that they've done, when they've done a remodel stitch, it's a lot brighter, which is what happens. Comes with all the threads, the Weeks, Dye Works, the Classic Colourworks and the Gentle Arts, all on this beautifully sorted card. It's so pretty. And a piece of linen and threads, 36 count, sorry, Fox and Rabbit Designs, which is linen and threads. 36 count baked clay linen, so that's really good. A needle, and then we also have, it comes with a second little kit for a scissor fob, and it comes with everything we need to make that. So that's really cool. I don't think they're still taking orders, so if you missed out, you missed out, but I'm looking forward to showing you them as the year progresses. No, you are not playing with my silks. I'm sorry. It's Mr. Ficus. He's come up to see what I'm doing because I'm filming. So that was my haul. So very exciting haul, and I'm expecting more in the next week. So it's good. I've started to do a little bit of stocking. We're talking about, I'm not playing with that either. Talking about doing 12 days of Christmas in No New Starts. So after the main challenge finishes, it's 12 days to Christmas. And so we're going to do a 12-day sort of event where everyone who's been holding off doing things can start things. So I'll be starting this in the 12 days of Christmas. I know some people are already saying my 12 days of Christmas is going to have 3 starts on each day. They've got lots of things. You're not a cuddly boy. So yeah, so if you're interested, you can join us with that. We'll announce it sometime soon. We're just getting through the WIP frenzy first. Now my other bit of haul, super exciting. I knew I had something else. I went to Spotlight and I got this frame, and it is awesome for doing like a seasonal stitching display because they're all different sizes. And I was thinking that it would be really good, put it here, I could do the cricket collection one in this big one. And then I'm hoping, I haven't actually measured it, that I might be able to get that, or put my Lizzie Kates in there, a couple of little ones, and then maybe a couple of my Paddock Lane Designs ones. My new series that's coming out is the Seasons in Australia. So they'll fit quite nicely, probably in this one over here. And then I could use my Year Down Under up here. So that's what I'm going to do, is try and make that into a bit of a seasonal changeable piece. So it's pretty cool. And it was only about, I don't know, $30 for the frame. So that was great value. So that was a good haul. Okay, so I think that's all. I haven't looked since last week to see if I'd had any further comment about the native lady that was for the giveaway. So I'll give you another week for this one if you want to win that one. If you're in Australia only, because I don't want to post it overseas. She's a gorgeous African lady, really proud and regal, showing her culture, and I thoroughly enjoyed stitching her. It's a Lanate kit. So she's still going for the giveaway. So anyone who commented last video is in the running, plus anyone who comments, yeah, I think you said, I don't remember what the word was now, African lady. So that would be really good if you want to win her. Otherwise, I'll put her into some freebie table somewhere, which is a shame because she's gorgeous. All right, well, thank you for joining me. I hope you have a really good week stitching, and I will look forward to catching up with you in other videos during the week. Bye.